The exploration stage is the first stage of the counseling process. The goal is for the client to feel safe within the therapeutic relationship. It's important for the client to feel safe to be able to open up and share with the counselor. This relationship has to be built on trust. Carl Rogers, one of the first therapists who emphasized the importance of building relationships throughout the therapeutic process, identified 6 conditions that are necessary for change to occur in clients. Number 1. The counselor must be congruent or genuine in the therapeutic relationship. Number 2. The counselor must feel unconditional positive regard or acceptance. It's important to remember that acceptance means the recognition of the client as an independent individual, but not necessarily agreement with what the client does. Number 3. The counselor needs to show empathy for the client. Number 4. The counselor and the client must be in psychological contact. This entails having a relationship in which individuals can have some impact on each other. Number 5. The client must be in a state of incongruence. This is a psychological vulnerability such as being fearful, anxious, or distressed. Number 6. The client must perceive empathy and acceptance from the counselor. It is not sufficient for the counselor to show empathy, but the client must also feel being accepted and understood. Rogers believed that the therapist must be genuine. That means to be real in the therapeutic process and to be aware of own biases. Some skills that can be used in the exploration stage are restatement. This is the repeating or paraphrasing of the overall context of what the client is saying. Restatements can be either tentative, so you seem to be saying that maybe you were a little late, or as direct statements, so you were late. Examples are as follows. I hear you saying, it sounds as you are saying that, so if I'm hearing you accurately, what you seem to be saying. Open questions or probe about thoughts. This helps clients clarify and explore their thoughts. Avoid using too many questions that only produce yes or no answers. Examples are as follows. An open question would be, what were you thinking when you said that? A probe would be, tell me more about your thoughts on that. A closed question would be, did you get an A? The therapeutic process is like cooking, and the ingredients are what you do in the sessions. Whatever you put into the recipe will determine the outcome you will get. In the exploration stage, remember to add 1 or 2 cups of restatements and open questions or probes. A pinch of closed questions. Only use these to gather specific information that will be later used for a therapeutic purpose. A pinch of disclosure of similarities. A dash of approval or reassurance such as, how awful, or wow, what a great opportunity. And lastly, remember to add an unlimited amount of empathy. Remember, sympathy is different than empathy. Sympathy is feeling bad for the client, and it usually involves acting in a position of power instead of seeing the client as an equal. Empathy is being able to understand the client's feelings while at the same time remaining objective.
Created using Powtoon.